We go out every time to eat. How about you come to my yard? Let me cook for you because I love to cook. And I cook for you. We watch a nice movie, and it's perfect if we share the same thing in common, which is a bottle of white wine. I know that the night is going to end well. Hey guys, welcome to another beautiful, exciting episode of Tease Me podcast by the one and only Teaser Drink. And as always, my name is Yemi Cregx, and I'm not here alone. I'm here with the beautiful, the sexy, the sensational.
I don't know about
Tacha.
sexy, but okay.
Oh, you don't think you're sexy? Yeah.
I don't know about sexy.
Someone gets shy when we call her sexy.
Too much credit to this drink. Thank you so much, Teezers Drink.
Of course.
For giving Yemi
the what?
the boldness, I guess.
Wow.
Wow.
You think I'm not bold without Teaser? Nah, she's definitely playing, man. But yeah, man, as you guys know, Tease Me podcast is that one-stop podcast that basically talks about everything unfiltered, from relationship to conversations that our brethren and the female gender wouldn't want to talk about, but we are yet to put it on the table to talk about. Don't give me that face. Don't give me that face.
You're attacking us.
I'm saying the female. I say the brethren as well now. What is going on? Because I use the female gender. Is that why we are fighting? Okay, the brethren and the babes. Is that better?
Better, yeah.
Hey, issues. Okay,
but
I'm
what
sorry.
we're talking about today,
Yo, listen,
I'm itching to know.
Yo, listen, very, very, very exciting topic. I feel like this is something that is kind of personal to me as well, because I feel like a lot of people think that having like a drink to set the mood is a myth. So we're basically talking about what's the influence of having a drink in the mix to set having a drink in the mix to set the mood. How effective is that? Is that just a myth? Is that still, because you're high? Oh, some people can go without, having a drink. They can just get intimate or but personally, if you ask me, actually, let me get your opinion first.
I feel like drinks definitely does set the mood.
Okay.
It just makes you I don't know, excessively obsessed. Like if you liked this person 5%, you're gonna be liked to 15%. Be like, this girl is really, really, really attractively cool. Aside from the fact that she's cute, she speaks well, all of that kind of stuff would start to fall in place because I feel like you're a little bit tipsy. I don't know. I just feel like alcohol kind of intensify whatever mood you're already in.
So if
you're in an angered mood, it makes you even angrier. If you're in a lovey-dovey mood, it makes you even lovey-dovey-er.
Interesting.
I just feel like it just skyrockets whatever mood you're in at the moment.
I like that. So have you ever been in a situation where a guy is inviting you over to his place? He's saying, you know what, let's do something at my place this evening. I'm gonna make food and I'm gonna and obviously you are at this place. Is there a particular preference type of drink that you like to kind of just get you in the mood, especially if it's a guy that you like?
I would say Teezers. I love the fact that you keep insisting on the guy that you like.
Oh my gosh, you said Teezers.
Yeah, because like I said, when you take alcohol, it intensifies whatever mood you're in. So I need to already like you to want to be in that mood, because I know taking anything to elevate whatever high I'm on or whatever mood I'm on would. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So if it has to be a guy I like, and if I just need anything smooth to just set me in the mood, make me maybe slightly unnecessarily happy, I would take Teezers. Yeah. How about you?
Okay. Wait. I'm just gonna say something real quick. I get that. Teezers. We're all about Teezers. But can you actually just tell me what you?
Oh no, yeah. No, I would. No, if I wanted something deeper. Even if it has to be. Obviously, if it's not Teezers, then it's a whiskey. But I would always mix it. I always mix it, and it was a variant for me to mix it with Teezers.
Okay.
Because it needs to be something slightly sweet, not as hectic as the whiskey. So something as Teezers, I would mix my whiskey with Teezers.
So
but whiskey
you're not a
takes
wine
me.
girl.
I love to drink wine, but whiskey takes me to from 10 to 100 in about 6 minutes.
6 minutes, right. Gin doesn't take you there?
What's that, wine?
Gin.
Oh, whiskey's good. Or tequila. Yeah.
Tequila or whiskey. So not gin, right?
No, not gin.
Do you feel like gin brings out your alter ego a little bit? Do you think gin brings out
I feel like whatever. I don't know.
Sexy Tacha? Do you think gin makes you sexy?
But what's the difference between gin and whiskey, though?
No, there's a big difference.
Big. So, what do you think is more intensified? The whiskey or the gin?
Gin is... Gin is for people that do wicked things. I'm sorry.
I guess. I don't like to do wicked things.
Gin is...
So, I'll just stick with whiskey.
Gin is strong as hell. Whiskey can be smooth depending on the whiskey you're having.
So, what we having right now, production, is this whiskey or gin?
We're definitely having gin, my love. I am not a gin guy as much.
You keep putting this...
To set the mood, I prefer a bottle of white wine.
Okay.
That's what I prefer if I'm with someone that I'm trying to, get intimate with. If I'm with someone that I feel like I'm placing a crazy bet or a gamble, then I'll take cognac.
Okay.
Cognac meaning... Yeah, I can't name call, but cognac. Yeah, but like, yeah.
So, how does cognac set you in the mood?
It sets me in the mood. Cognac gives me...
In how long?
Wine gives me a feeling of I'm with someone that is almost certain that stuff would happen. I'm saying the perfect mood. There's food. We're watching a movie. I know that the night is going to end well. That's when I
What's your perfect...
That's when I open the bottle of wine.
What's your perfect ending night?
My perfect
ending night. You know, you asked me what's my perfect date. I didn't ask you because I knew in the future somewhere I would ask you what the perfect scenario is for anything that you.
When
like
you say
doing.
The perfect scenario,
perfect
so
night?
like the perfect way I would like my night to end.
No, because you just said right now that because I'm going to bring this drink because I know I'm going to have a perfect night.
Oh, saying, of course.
What's your definition of a perfect night?
Let me rephrase, right? So when I mean perfect night can come in different forms.
Definitely.
I'm with someone that I'm attracted to, and it's both ways. She's attracted to me. We're having a good night. I said, babe, come over to the crib. Let me make you food. Let's watch a movie. And I'm drinking a glass of wine. White wine to be precise. Take note. I obviously know that the night would end
well. That's what I said. What's your definition of a perfect night?
To end well.
For me, I would say anywhere is sleeping in the night and waking up in the morning. To God be the glory.
Oh my God.
What is your definition
Tasha,
of a night ending well?
What do you want from me?
I just want to know.
It's
like,
gonna
is
end
it
well.
You guys going to
okay,
basically,
it's just gonna end with like, we can have a blurry night. She's waking up in the morning. She'll say, oh, last night was good. And we talk about things that I can't talk about right now. That's where it is.
So you like to do them, but you don't like to talk about them?
Why would I talk about it?
That's what I'm saying. So you like, just to get it clear, you like to do them, but you don't like to talk about them.
I talk about it to when it's necessary to talk about. Right now, it's not. So
necessary. You guys just get it straight. That Yemi doesn't feel like you're necessary enough to get this information. That's what he's saying.
You guys, listen. Every man out there listening to me, you know what I'm talking about. You know what the perfect night ending means. You're with someone you're attracted to. You've been talking to. She finally agrees to come to your yard to have a drink, or make you, or to like eat and watch a movie. And you guys even share one
thing. That's such a cheap date. And
it's not a cheap date. No, it is after you've probably gone on one or the first or the second date. Like, what is there to actually do? There's some point where you just need to improvise.
I like that I'm getting you upset in the process. Please go ahead.
You're not getting me upset. Nah, I'm not even upset. Listen, I'm not upset.
I'm just trying to... seriously. You're seriously explaining.
No. I'm not upset. I'm just trying to explain that it's not a cheap date because it's not like I meet a girl for the first time. I'm saying, yo, come to my crib. Let me make you food. Not that hasn't happened before. Not that I haven't proposed that before. But it's like, I'm saying that in a lot of situations, it's like, like when we've gone on numerous dates and I'm just trying to like do something different. Like, you know what? We go out every time to eat. How about you come to my yard? Let me cook for you because I love to cook. And I cook for you. We watch a nice movie. And it's perfect if we share the same thing in common, which is a bottle of white wine, and that just sets the mood.
Do you believe in go-to-go playlist? Like while trying to set the mood, would you want to play a song that you like, a playlist of songs that you like?
There always has to be a playlist.
So you believe in playlists?
There always has to be a playlist. Listen,
what's a jam?
If you know me very well, I have a playlist for everything. Everything. I have a playlist that literally gets you emotional. I have a playlist that makes you rethink your decision. Basically.
And you also have a playlist that makes you want to do what you probably don't want to do.
Definitely.
Three playlists. Jot it down.
I have a playlist for everything because I love music so much. So I look for the kind of music that I feel like would that are more deeper than just surface. I don't really like listening to like surface musics. I like listening to like music that when you listen to it, when you're high or when you're on a glass of wine, you'll be like, damn, this guy sings so good. Damn, what was Caesar thinking when she was saying these things? It opens your innermost, consciousness to actually get the actual lyrics of the music. So I feel like a playlist definitely has to be in the mood, in the mix.
So what's a genre of music? R&B, da.
My genre of music definitely would be for those kind of nights, for blurry nights.
Blurry nights where you wake up in the morning, you're asking, oh, I loved last night.
Of course. Those are actually not blurry nights, by the way. Blurry nights are like night where... Okay, actually, I'm not going to say what blurry night is. But yeah, man.
No, be clear me up. Be correcting me. Be explaining to me. Clear me up.
Blurry night is when you're with someone...
Imagine I don't know.
Okay.
That's the story lots of people watching don't know.
But you definitely know what... Okay, so my perspective of what blurry night is I'm talking to someone... I'm trying to convince her. You know how you're talking to someone and they're finding it difficult. They are one leg in, one leg out. They want to do it, but their mind is telling them, their body is telling them do it, but their soul is telling them, don't do it. Yeah. So like, you just let them know, listen, it's just another blurry night. Fellas, I'm sure you agree with me.
How does a blurry night usually
blurry night usually work? Blurry night is perfect because you guys... Even if you remember what happened, you're not supposed to talk about it. That's a blurry night.
So what about this? Like, what would I do that I wouldn't want to talk about? Oh my God.
Tasha,
anyways, off camera,
Tasha,
I guess.
You are so complicated.
Next episode. Am I me?
I don't know if you are so complicated or you just have your guards real up. I feel like
I wish that was the case.
Your guards are real up.
I wish.
You know why I'm saying this? Because I feel like there's so many things that we've spoken about even on previous episodes. And when I get your perspective about it, I'm like, okay, Tasha is just Tasha.
I guess.
You know what I mean?
So do you think alcohol sets the mood? Do you think there's an ambience of alcohol? Or you could always set that ambience with or without alcohol?
100%. Alcohol definitely sets the mood.
Sure. I feel
alcohol
so too.
Definitely sets the mood because if I, as a person, I can talk freely without alcohol, the person I'm talking to or the person I'm linking with or hanging with, she might have a problem, talking freely. She might have a problem looking into my eyes if she doesn't have an alcohol, or she's not drinking alcohol. So it's like, for us to be on a middle ground and for both parties to be comfortable, I feel like alcohol sometimes is perfect for the mix.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, go on.
Mm-hmm. So you feel some drinks makes you feel seductive at night?
You should answer the question. Do some drinks make you feel seductive?
Especially if it's a guy I'm already feeling. Like, the drink would just make me extra bold. Like, I think this is the 21st century. We speak to the boy.
So are you going to try to kiss?
He doesn't have to do all the talking.
Have you ever moved first to a guy that you're feeling, you guys are in the same yard, you're drinking a wine, and you just go to him and be like, oh, you're looking so hot today, and you just kiss him on the lips?
Oh, no, I haven't tried kissing on the lips.
Oh, you're telling me?
But I could do it. I would do it. I would even want to have a conversation, especially if I had a drink or two. It just makes me super duper bold, like we had said so many times. So I could talk to you. Like, hey, I think you're looking fine tonight. Just make you feel like you're on top of the world. Just for today or tomorrow, I'm myself. I don't know what's going on.
And when you're in that mood, do you see beyond the physical?
Like what? Like Heaven's Gate or like Hell's what?
Not
what
Heaven's Gate, baby. Like, do you see beyond the physical? You don't? Okay.
Hey, God. Guys, let me know in the comment section. When you're a little bit tipsy, do you see beyond the physical? Or you're still seeing the physical right intactly well? Or you see
you're seeing the physical, but like you're already imagining things. So like you're basically
I imagine things definitely.
Sometimes when I'm tipsy, I'm with a girl that I really like, we're having a glass of wine or just doing something very, very interesting. I'm already imagining like how sexy she will look in like a lingerie. She's not wearing one right now. How good she will look when she God have mercy, stuff like that. But have you ever made bad decisions while drunk?
Let me see.
Or what's your worst drunk experience?
Oh my God. I think I would say the first time I did have alcohol, it was very crazy. But I don't think it was anything out of the blocks. Even though I'm trying to really pick out an out of the block scenario with me taking alcohol, I can't really fish out any. Because once I take alcohol, I already know I'm not in control of myself. So it's either I'm going to bed straight up, or if it's someone that I am maybe feeling, then I'll just stay away, because I know like wherever it leads us to, I'm going to be proud of wherever it led us to. Then the next morning, but in a confined space like the Big Brother and their house, I'll probably just go to bed, because I'm like, I'm not in 100% control of myself. So I don't do stuff that I'm waking up in the next morning, I'm like, why did you freaking do that? All of that kind of stuff.
You know what I feel like personally, if you haven't make bad decisions, my personal preference, by the way, if you haven't made bad decisions while drunk, then you probably haven't drank enough. I feel like people should like once in a lifetime, even if it's just once, you should have made one bad decision. If you're not the overthinker that feel like, this night I want to drink, you should have made one bad decision and you'd be like, oh damn, I can't imagine that actually happened.
Yeah,
but if you haven't made that, then I don't know if you.
There's some bad decisions you can never recover from.
Of course.
Yeah, so don't do no decisions. You're watching yourself and you're like, oh my gosh, like how can I ever recover from this? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So for me, it's always safe. If you're drinking and you're getting really high, you're getting really tipsy, and you're around the boy or girl you like, I feel like that's safe. Yeah. Like whatever I do, I already like you enough. Like I'm already wanting to not think about it too much, but like make you understand that I'm feeling you, and like da like whatever goes on goes on. But at the end of the day, I don't want anybody drinking so much that they're waking up the next morning and they're not happy with whatever decision they did make a night before. I don't think you'll ever be worth it, because it's easy to damage a whole house, but it will take weeks for you to literally like beauty up and stuff like that.
Which makes sense, because I feel like you should be able to know how to control your alcohol intake. If you're lightheaded, just stick to, drinking what you can control. Because at the end of the day, like,
only you would be blamed.
Exactly, 100%. And like you said, it's important to be with people that you trust, people that you know that no matter regardless,
I can be careless around this people.
Exactly, regardless how it goes down, I'll either land up in my house or I will land up at this person's house who I trust. You don't trust them not to sell you out or whatnot. So you're not like, waking up the next morning, you'd be like, oh, damn, I should have just gone home. I shouldn't have drank this. I shouldn't have drank that. But not to say that sometimes you shouldn't leave. You should leave a little, but just stay safe.
That's stay safe. Stay safe. Don't make decisions that you're regretting 3 years after. Like that doesn't make too much sense. It's never really what it. Do you think any girl has ever used aphrodisiac on you? Mm-hmm. In other words, Kaya Mata.
I don't know about that.
Also, you don't think there's any girl you've been head over heels for, and you just ask yourself like, why do I overlike this girl?
I don't know.
Why do I overlike this person?
I don't know how it works with me, but like the way it works for me is if I'm obsessed about someone, and I feel like my obsession works with my curiosity behind finding out what this person is all about. if I'm talking to someone, I'm obsessed about them. They're obviously like very hot, you know, and I spend like I've been with them like once or like twice. I feel like, you know, my obsession literally just dies.
I didn't get that.
If I'm obsessed about someone,
yeah,
my obsession and curiosity, if I'm really, okay, I feel like I'm going to shoot myself in the foot, but if I'm really obsessed about someone that I like, right?
Mm-hmm.
My obsession is pretty much, I feel like it's coming from a place of being curious. I like you really deeply, and I really want to know what you're all about. I'm not saying this in a sexual way. I'm saying like I just want to sit down with you and have certain conversations with you. So it can go two ways. The first is I might sit down with you and I feel like, oh, it makes sense why I'm obsessed with you. We connect on different levels, yada, yada, yada. I think you're interesting. I think you're this. Boom. And the other way, it could be like, oh, like, what was I even chasing? You know, like, it's really not that deep. Now I've had conversation with this person. I'm seeing beyond the surface, beyond what I'm seeing on social media. So I feel like I have satisfied my curiosity. So I'm not trying to be with them in that light. So I don't know if I've been with someone which can be classified as, you know, she as aphrodisiac in this situation. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't know, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I think that's the right thing to say. You wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know, but I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like when you're under that, don't you do the most? Don't you go out of your way to do the most crazy, the most
as a guy, yes.
As a guy, to the most dumbest things that your boys will be like, bro,
why are you doing this? Yeah.
I don't think I've done that.
Yeah, right. I think that's where aphrodisiac comes in. But also, I think some aphrodisiac is maybe kind of like stimulating whatever situation you guys are in. Like if you're probably getting wet, then you're getting like more wet or whatnot. I think the whole aphrodisiac thing, it comes in like different packages depending on whatever package you want to go for and stuff.
Also,
yeah, so maybe there's some where the guy has to do some crazy ass stuff where you're even asking like, is this guy in his senses? Where you're saying, you know, your guys would be like, guy, Yemi, what do you even think you're doing?
You're really educating me.
And then probably some would be stimulating whatever situation you guys are in right now and stuff like that.
Do you know people that have used that before?
I don't even know. You know, people just come online and say stuff. You don't even know when they're being truthful or when they're not being truthful. So
you don't know any person that has used that before, that has done aphrodisiac before?
I don't know person that's used it. Nobody will even come to tell you personally that they've used this or they haven't used it. But I know it always gets advertised and then they always testimonials saying, oh, this worked. This guy got me an iPhone 25 in 2025.
I just remembered something now, but I'll talk about that off the show because I feel like something I want to talk about off the show. I just remembered something. But yeah, man. I haven't experienced it before, so I can't say for sure.
Yeah, because you know, like even when it comes to aphrodisiac, there's stuff like tiger nuts. I think for girls it makes them even more red. There's something there's
even more red.
Yeah.
What do you mean red?
No, I didn't say red. I said wet. Like I mean,
wet.
If you're getting the mood and then you get more in the mood,
damn.
There's okra water. There's so many stuff. Like the whole aphrodisiac idea. I don't necessarily think it's.
Listen, I
don't know. It gets stereotyped. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But there's some like natural stuff that you literally can put together to stimulate you, like get you even much more in the mood. Like I said, like okra or like tiger nut, all that kind of stuff.
Damn. Listen, I feel like you just need to take a masterclass at this point to educate the females out there that don't know. Because I'm sure that
I'm hungry. I don't have a masterclasses.
We are a lot of JJCs that didn't know all these things you're saying.
Yeah, because you know when people hear about aphrodisiac, they think, oh, it has to be some spiritual shit or there has to be some spiritual that. But no, like Teezers gives you the clarity to understand that there's no spirituality to All of them.
Shout out to Teezers. Teezers is a solution to everything. All your problems.
But have you had a great time on this episode? Because I have.
Nah, definitely have. This episode was pretty interesting, pretty educative. You know, obviously, like, I've known, you know.
I feel like a guy that don't want to be with you will not be with you. Aphrodisiac or no aphrodisiac.
No, that's not what it is. I don't think that's the case.
Oh, so you tell me what is the case then?
I don't think that's the case.
Wait, can you tell me you can be with a guy that doesn't want to be with you?
No, the point I'm trying to make is you said a guy that doesn't want to be with you doesn't want to be with you.
No, I'm saying aphrodisiac cannot make a guy that doesn't want to be with you to be with you.
But that's what I'm saying. That's not the case because at the end of the day.
So I'm saying, so are you trying to say aphrodisiac can make a guy be with you that doesn't want to be with you?
Of course, according to you, you just said some things now.
Like what?
You just said it makes you more wet.
Oh, so like being more wet like keeps the guy around?
It doesn't keep a guy around, but I feel like when talking from a man's perspective, it's a beautiful thing to see that a girl is always, there's an ocean down there, you know, flowing.
I don't know, you guys.
Flowing to the bottom of the sea.
Let us know in the comment section, right?
So it's like,
if you like an ocean girl.
It's like obvious. Tasha. Obviously, what's the point of taking aphrodisiac if it's not gonna hold a guy? You know, like guys, there's a turn on that comes with when a girl is always excessively wet. There's a turn on that a guy gets. Let me off my mic.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right, you guys, we have had a
this
great.
This is rated 18.
Rated 18. If you're below 18, exit the show. You're watching the wrong show, okay?
Please, you have
18 and above.
Watch the show 18 and above, yeah.
But you guys, we've had a great eccentric time right here on this particular episode. I feel like we did pour out our heart and our personal experiences. But let us know what your personal experiences are. Let us know, have you ever dealt with a girl that does aphrodisiac? And what were they natural aphrodisiac or whatever they had to mix or whatever? I don't know. What has been your experiences with girls that does aphrodisiac? And do you not care about aphrodisiacs and you probably just care about the person's personality and what is inside of their hearts aside from what you press or physically see or whatnot? We just want to know what your experiences are. Yemi, have you had a great time?
100%. I have had a wonderful time. Like I said, this particular episode, I feel like it's different from the other episodes. It's educative, and you know, I like that we touch the topics that I feel like we as people, you know, like society in general, wouldn't want to talk about. Because I feel like these are topics
they wouldn't want to talk about, but practice, yeah.
Exactly. They definitely practice it, but they don't want to talk about it. You know, we live in a society where we live as hypocrites because you're doing something, but you're condemning someone else for doing it. So I've particularly loved this episode. And like I would always say, whether you are aphrodisiac, whether you use aphrodisiac, whatever it is that you do, you know, just make sure that you stay safe. That's all that matters. And particularly, I feel like sometimes you don't even know what your partner likes. So how about you just have a conversation with them and see if maybe
they like it dry or they like it wet.
You might not know. So don't just assume that, I want to use aphrodisiac so you can like me more. What if I don't like a girl that squirts? I'm just saying.
Okay, what if you do? Anyways, you guys, we've had a great production is closing the edge. Anyways, we've had a great super duper time with you guys right here. Make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment, share this video with your family and your friends. You know that group chat you guys gossip. Share this video. Let them know that Yemi and Tacha has got a super duper episode that you need to watch. Love you guys so much. Yeah. Be there right now. Make sure you enjoy a very round of Teezers drink. This is super good. It tastes nice. Alcohol level is low. This is definitely your type and your style. Can't wait to see you guys in the next episode. Be there right now. We love you so much.
Definitely. Make sure you get a teaser to set the mood. You know, if you're not trying to go for wine, if you're very lightheaded, teaser is definitely perfect for you. I recommend the apple because that's my favorite. But you can choose.
All right.
Variant, so
love you and kisses.
Love you so much.
Mwah.
Cheers.